started this recording at 2:22. It is January 8th. And I'm just going to go off the top. Have some quiet. This incense burning. Lucifer's on. I've been having some crazy energy. Let's see what comes out. I'm starting off with my Star Code Astro Oracle deck. And the first card out is Nurture. What are we nurturing? Am I nurturing myself? Am I nurturing my partnerships, relationships? Nurturing the earth? It's this journey that I'm on. I had to learn to nurture myself to get prepared for this journey, because I'm in alignment. You know, the transits are happening that's putting me in alignment. I have the authority over my life because I have learned to nurture myself. My 10th house is coming out, so I'm nurturing who I am so that I can come out in the world. And then we have the sun, the source, and for me, my sun is in the 10th house. So the sun is source, so I'm getting, the sun is taking care of me, the sun is nurturing me, and we're bringing in major abundance on this journey. I have the authority to create abundance on this journey. And it's now moving. Everything is in action. My sun being in the 10th house is bringing me in alignment for motion. Like the transits are in my favor. Scorpio is coming out, so I've been investigating all of this. I've really been doing some soul searching, looking into the shadow side of myself. I am a Scorpio rising, continuously death and rebirth at all times. And then I am getting ready to reap my harvest, digest it all, because I am a Virgo and I'm a Virgo sun. So I am also a Sag moon, so I have Jupiter here, I have Scorpio, and I have Virgo. Virgo is in Virgo is my 10th house. My sun is in my 10th house. I have Mars in Scorpio. And like I said before, these transits, if we're looking at where Mars is, so we're looking at how it's moving. The sun right now is in Capricorn, which represents the 10th house. Like I said, the transits right now are putting me in to the position to where I can progress on my journey and live in the life of nurturing, which means I'm always going to be feeding, giving, loving myself as well as those around me. With an overall energy of Cancer, we just had that big full moon. Cancer is my north node. I am moving into Cancer. I am immersing myself in nurturing, loving, self-love. And if we go to the book to see what nurturing is. All right. Wow. Ceres is a dwarf planet between Mars and Jupiter, and I have Mars and Jupiter right here in the reading. She's the Roman goddess of harvest, food, earthy fertility, and the mother of Proserpina, goddess of the spring. Okay, we're talking about harvest. I just said reaping harvest, Virgo, that is my sun sign. So, you know, all of this is, it's just what I said, right? Mother and be mothered, nurturing, that's what the mother is about. Nurturing and cultivating that which is growing, nurturing and cultivating within myself, growing within myself on this journey. And these transits and the astrology is putting me right where I need to be. And then reading forward, it says, love and nurture your own body with healthy, whole foods. Take them as communication with the organic world. Feel the earth beneath you, holding you, loving you through hard times. Let this abundance, which we have Jupiter, abundance, flow through you to others. And I just said, loving me, loving the world, loving those around me. I advocate for those who are weaker, vulnerable, or dependent. If your progeny, your project, or your harvest is being taken from you before ripening, be ready to starve the world until they are safe. Witness with strength and power. When the time is right, be willing to let go. For your progeny or creation to flourish, they must embark on their own journey. So it is time. You know, I have been going back and forth a lot with me walking away. Walking away from the old version of me, walking away from the past, walking away from family and friends and situations that are not in my best interest, because I am continuously getting to know who I am and nurturing myself. So this is beautiful. Now moving on to the Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards, and the first one that comes out is Air Guardian. We're talking about shifting your perspective, and that's really what this journey has been about, is shifting the way that I think about things, shifting the way that I think about myself, you know, loving myself. Instead of looking for the love outside of me, I began to look at the love within, right? The next one that comes out is be devoted and committed. That is my journey. Be devoted to the journey that I'm on. Being devoted and committed to this journey, because it is a journey of self. My spiritual journey has really been about me. And with this transit, with these transits going on, it's really unleashing the wild within. It's being true to myself, and it's the She-Wolf card. And like I said, we just had this full moon in Cancer, which was also known as the Wolf Moon. So it's like everything that I have been going through is really about finding the love within myself, shifting my perspective, changing it from woe is me to this is me, shifting the perspective that this is happening to me and this is happening for me. Again, the next card is see from a higher perspective. So we got the eagle, the authority. People, I'm going to see things from a higher perspective. Look at the higher version of me. So not only do we have shift your perception with the Air Guardian, we have see things from a higher perspective, which is the eagle, right? We're looking at things. My authority is because I am able to see things from a higher perspective. And the next one comes out is learn from spiritual experience. Great teacher on the sun, right? The source of everything that I have learned is through experience, right? And now I'm getting ready to shine because I'm learning, or I have learned to look at things from a higher perspective. So I'm here to nurture that within me as well as those around me and the world that we live in, right? So this is all talking, communicating with each other. I love how these cards, and then of course we have the moon. Take note of intuitive messages, right on abundance, right on Jupiter, right? And I am a Sag moon. I've been talking about the moon. We have the Wolf moon. We have the Cancer full moon that just came out, right? And the moon was in my 8th house on my North Node. This is my journey to living in my North Node. My intuitive messages are telling me that my abundance is coming. My optimism, my perspective, my perception of everything that I've gone through is to bring me abundance, not only in material, but within, you know, with the knowledge, with the experience, with the understanding, with the compassion to be joy and light, right? We have motion. It's time for me to bask in joy and light, right? It is time. This climate is moving. In fact, we have motion, Mars, hot fire, onset coming with the summer. It is time, right? I love the way that everything that I think, everything that comes into mind also comes out in my readings, because this journey has really been about nurturing myself. And then what I put into myself, I will put into the people around me and in turn put out into the world. It's really about looking at your journey to learn from the experience. They say Earth is school, right? So everything that has happened in our lives is happening for us to learn so that we can look at things from a better perspective or a higher perspective and find the abundance within. Right, so now I'm on Scorpio investigating this intent to create. So I am looking into my right mind, I'm looking into the occult, I'm looking into the taboo so that I can intend and create, right? I am doing the death and rebirth, so my intentions are here and I intend to create the heaven and earth that I'm looking for. That is why I'm nurturing myself. And then we have trust in the unknown. After learning everything, after going through everything, it's really knowing that we put limits on ourselves. And it's now time for us to trust in what we don't know, right? Let go of the need to be right. That's perfect. We don't know. It's like we know everything and then we know nothing at all. And in this day and age, we have to understand that there are no limits except for the ones that we put on ourselves. And we have to trust. And that's part of faith, right? We have to trust in what we don't know. We can't see everything. We can't know everything. But what we do know, right, is that everything you're looking for is within you. You know, I get all these downloads about self, about multiple personalities, about artificial intelligence, just really being human beings, being able to see that there are no limits and having the capacity to calculate multiple outcomes within a certain amount of time. That's all artificial intelligence is. But we have that same power. We put limits on what we believe, on what we know, on how we act. And the key to it, the key is just to continue to nurture yourself, love yourself, investigate yourself, understand who you are as a person, and then you'll be able to understand who other people are, and then you can reflect that into the world. The wisdom that you have, or the wisdom that I have, is the key to partnerships, is the key to union, is the key to creating substantial partnerships. You have to start with yourself. Every relationship that you look for outside, you have to build that relationship within. You have to build a relationship with a child within to be able to relate to other children. You have to, bring your relationship with your divine masculine and divine feminine energy so that you can have those proper relationships with the opposite sex. You have to understand the mother within you so that you can relate to other mothers or be a mother for whoever it needs to be, right? You have to understand the lessons and get in touch with that masculine energy in order to relate to other masculines, because they do work in a different energy. Everything that you're looking for outside of you is within you. All of the answers that we look for outside of us are within us. We just have to listen, for one, listen to what is coming, listen to our thoughts, listen to how we feel, listen to what our body is telling us, and that comes from nurturing yourself. That comes from being one with yourself. It's like the universal oneness card, the wholeness of yourself, the higher and the lower, all in one, the alignment of the chakras, right? Being in love with yourself is the key. My vision for myself is to be in love with me, and I am there. My vision for me and my children, I am to be in love with my children, and I want my children to be in love with me. My relationship with my significant other is to be in love with them, and them to be in love with me, and me to be in love with the world, and the world to be in love with me. That is the vision. And that is something that I can have because that is how I feel within. So within is also without, it's also on the outside, right? I had to go without a number of things so that I can go within. I am super excited about what is to come in my life because I have this journey. So many times I wanted to give up and go back because I know that people were watching. I know that people had something to say. But I knew what I knew. right? I know what I feel. I know that I can trust in the divine to guide me exactly where I need to be. It is a faith walk, and everybody's journey is different. Nobody can take my journey and get to the same spot. You have to find out the calling for your own journey, and that just stems with nurturing yourself. Excuse me, wishes can come true, healing can happen. Anything that you can think of or put your mind to can happen, because if it couldn't, you would not have thought of it. Stop putting limits on ourselves. I have decided that I am going to go with the flow, and I'm not putting a limit, because there are so many ways that abundance and happiness and joy can come in. But I have been limiting myself to, oh, it can only come this way, or it can only come that way. And that is the furthest thing from the truth. I hear a lot of people say, return to sender, return to sender. Don't return anything. Take that energy and transmute it into something positive. Transmute it into fuel to get you to go where you need to go. Don't send it back. It was being sent to you for a reason. Use it. Come out of the bitterness, come out of the anger, and use that as motivation to get where you need to go. We have all gone through things that can hurt us and that have made us sad, but the difference is how you use that energy. Do you use it and just sit on it until you become depressed, until you get stagnant into a place where you don't see anything different? Or are you taking that energy and you're working it and manifesting it and transmuting it into something that is going to make you powerful, that is going to give you the power and the energy to create the world that you want to live in? I have my purpose. It's to be me. It is really to be me, to show you that there is another way. And I believe I've said this in a reading before. I am here to show you that there is another option. I'm here to show you that everything that you want, you can have, and you are capable of doing it when you realize that you have to let go. You have to understand who you are. You have to understand your feelings. Listen to you.
Yeah, they got into a big fight a couple days ago, so they're still shot. Unfortunately, they weren't rolling on yet.
And through it all, when you let go, you have the magic, you have the passion, you have the drive to create the life that you want to live. My happiness is here. My sexuality is divine. I am a divine being. I am very wise, and with that wisdom, I had to go through things. Would I change this journey has been a question in my mind, and I would have to say no, because if any part of this journey had been changed, would I be as compassionate, as empathetic, as understanding as I am now? Would I have the gratitude for coming through this as I do now if there was any one thing changed? No. Everything that has happened in my life happened for me to get to a place where I understand myself, where I had to dig deep within myself to find the answers that I was looking for.
Oh, I'm exactly who you think I am.
My justice is here. I am super excited. I've overcome all of the sadness. I don't believe anyone at this moment in my life is able to change how I feel about me and where I want my life to go, and about the decisions that I have made. I've questioned a lot of the decisions that I've made, but they were all the right decisions. I love me. I hope this helps someone.